Welcome back to my channel. It's Tangi. I make content surrounding three major goals in my life, which right now is weight loss, shedding this weight, getting my natural hair popping, and then also my journey through nursing school. So right now, nursing school is pretty much taking charge of the content that I'm putting out at the moment, just because right now it is the center of my life. So if you're interested in any content surrounding that, go ahead and like, subscribe, join the queendom. And if you are not new here, welcome back, sis. I know it's been a minute. I had to just pull in the reins and really buckle down and focus on school, but I am here to tell you that I've been passing these exams, okay? And I wanted to share with you all, okay, so I bought this book, and I think I mentioned it in my school supply haul, and if I didn't, whatever. I bought this book from Saunders, which is the Strategies for Test Taking, or Strategies for Test Success. So in this book, it has all kinds of gems on how to actually decipher and break down these NCLEX style questions, and also just some overall general knowledge and help with studying tips and anxiety. So there's 10 points in here. I'm definitely going to leave this information for this book down below, but there's 10 points in here which I kind of adopted, made my own, and yeah, I just wanted to touch base on that. It's the study habits that I've adopted that helped me pass all of my tests in this class that I just completed, okay? So if you want to know what I did and how I use some of the tips in this book, then keep watching. Alright, so I adopted some study habits that I took from this book and made my own. Please ignore, I think that's sweatpants and clothes back there. I got stuff. Anyway, please ignore the background. But what I did was, alright, so I adopted these study habits that really helped me kind of hone in and really pass these exams. Okay, so the first study habit that I adopted was to actually set a daily plan and schedule for studying. Before, which if you've seen that first video of how I survived, the tests weren't it for me, baby. I realized I had to just kind of come at this a whole nother way. Before, I would just study when I could. So it was more so of oh, today I got some time, let me study, or kind of that. Now I plan everything else in my life around my study time. If I'm going to cook dinner, if I'm going to clean the house, if I'm going to do anything with the kid, anything like that, it's okay, well, I'm going to set my study time for this, and then I'm going to plan everything else around it. And it's on the daily. I'm studying something every day, okay? We'll get into the procrastination step a little bit later, but right now I'm studying 2 times a day. At separate increments, and just getting yourself on a schedule to make sure that you achieve those study goals is key, okay? All right, study habit number 2. Study habit number 2 is trying to not study so much at one time. If you watched my video on how I was studying psychiatric nursing, I think I did pretty good, because I only made a goal to do 4 things, but it was just so much. So I had to think about that. I kind of felt away when I wasn't able to accomplish everything that I wanted to do in my study goal. So it's now if you're studying something every day, it doesn't have to be everything every day. Did you get what I'm saying? So if you're making that time, if you're doing study habit number 1, which is to plan on the daily, then study habit number 2 kind of falls into place, because now I'm not studying 8 different concepts at one time. I'm actually able to do it bit by bit, which is helping me retain, because I'm able to go over the information that I'm trying to retain at that moment, versus trying to go through a book, if that makes sense. All right. Study habit number 3 is to actually set goals for studying. And this is something that I've done, but now I'm just refining it, which if you watch again the psychiatric, the study with me video, I will put that today I'm going to do flashcards, I'm going to practice NCLEX style questions, I'm going to go over PowerPoint, I'm going to rewrite my notes. Set your plan, okay? Say if you want to get through all your oxygenation material, if you wanted to get through the clinical manifestations, and you want to get through the treatment, do that. Or if you wanted to do these 3 different topics, and you just want to get through the signs and symptoms of these 3 topics, their nursing outcomes or implications that you have to do with those, do that. Break it down to where you actually have things that you want to check off. Okay, I've done my flashcards for all of these medications, check. I've went through this PowerPoint, check. Make yourself a goal and get through and achieve your goal. The next study habit is to avoid procrastination. Okay, this is key, especially if you're so introverted like me. My happy place is home. Everything that I have is inside of my house. It is very easy for me to get off track inside of my own house. So avoid procrastination, reduce external stimuli. If you have to turn your phone on to do not disturb, mute your notifications, turn your TV off, turn your radio off, whatever is causing you to deter from focusing on the material that you need to be ingesting at the moment, do that. And don't wait till the last minute to do it. Now, if you're already following the previous steps, we're already avoiding procrastination. We're not waiting to the day before the exam to try to cram all this information, because I kid you not, cramming does not work in nursing school. If you're coming straight out of high school and you don't really know what you're getting yourself into, cramming does not work. And if you're watching all of these Future Nurse Bay's videos on YouTube and they're discussing how they're getting through, they all say the same thing: cramming does not work. Please take our word. We are not here for shenanigans, okay? If you're just cramming and you're getting through it, I don't know how, sis. Like, the stress. So if you are already setting a daily goal and you're reaching your daily goals and you're planning to study every day, then you're not procrastinating. You're getting this material in on the daily, so that way when the exam comes, you are prepared for it. This is something that I really had to work on, because my time management first semester was off, because I was also working a little bit more than I am working right now. I'm still working about 25 hours, but I was full-time last semester, and I got the kids, and now I got the husband, and then I got the house, and then I got myself. So it's like, if I don't plan and manage my time effectively, then it's like everything is just up, and I'm not putting all that I can into my studying. So again, making that schedule for my studying and then building everything around it helps me also decrease procrastination. Okay. My next study habit is from the Saunders book. It talks, the next study habit would be to study the most difficult information when you're most alert. For me, that is not the case, because to me, everything that I'm coming across in nursing school, I mean, I won't say it's super difficult. I mean, it's not to downplay it, but it's not like, trying to learn like calculus in the middle of some, you know what I'm saying? It's more so, for me, some things just take a little longer for me to break down and process. So instead of me saying, I'm going to study the most difficult information when I'm most alert, to me, it's studying the most challenging information for me first. So if I know I'm going through oxygenation, and oxygenation is really hard for me for whatever reason, I just feel like I cannot retain all of like the liters of oxygens, the O2 set stuff, and the SP, whatever. If I can't get all that down, and it's just like I can't process it, that's what I'm going to study first, and that's what I'm going to dedicate the most time to. Not necessarily that I'm going to do it when I'm most alert, because to be honest, if I'm not alert at all, I'm probably not studying. Okay, it's not like I'm going to be like, oh, I'm so tired, I need to get through this study session. No, it's not that. Like, if I'm studying, I'm studying. So it's like prioritizing what I need a little bit more help on first. So that's the next study habit. And then from there, it's more so, the next habit would be to, it seems really elementary. It's to ask questions when you don't understand something. And like, if anybody who knows me, and anyone who's watching this that's in my class or in my study group, y'all know I ask questions. I always got a question. I'm the one, it's like, I'm sorry, it's me again. I got another question. Like, I'm always asking questions when I don't understand something, because the way I work is, if I can't break it down and fully understand it, like, I don't really do well like with memorization. I need to know the why, which I think is really good. They say that it's a really good skill to, to have when you are in nursing school, but I need to know the why does it do that. Yeah, okay, I'm hearing crackles in the lungs, but why did that happen? Like, I need to know the why. So with that being said, I'm always asking questions. And first I go to the girls in my study group, because these females are equally as bomb, and I text them, and I'm like, hey, does anybody know blah 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 blah, and then they'll be like, yeah, it's blah blah blah, and I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. Or if they're like, no, I don't know, then the next step is we're emailing the teacher like, what's up? So it's either that, or we try to just research it, or they might help me research it to find out the best answer. Because if I didn't know, and then I ask them and they don't know, now we both want to know. Okay, so that's another thing. Just make sure you ask questions on the things that are most difficult for you, or you don't know. It doesn't seem to be that clear in the PowerPoint, or then you go to your textbook, you still can't get it. You just need that. Sometimes it's the conversation and communication that helps you really retain the information. Well, for me, at least, me having that conversation is going to drive it home for me. All right, so my next study tip, which is number 7, is to make sure that when you are studying, you get to a place where you are free from those external distractions. I don't know about anyone else, but me, I personally don't like studying in my bed. My bed to me is super comfortable. It is my place of where I sleep. So when I get in, I just get like instantly like, oh, don't. It kind of kills my motivation. Now, if I am caught studying in my bed, it's because the kids are running out in the house, and I just can't. It's not even bedtime, and I don't want to put them down early or anything like that. Or or even like when I go out, when you go to a coffee shop, if it's better for you to get out of your house because you seem to procrastinate inside of your house, then go to a local coffee shop or Carmen Market, whatever you have to do to get away and get free from those external distractions, so that way you can really dive into the material and like process it. Study habit number 8, I would say, is to make sure you're taking your brain breaks. A lot of people want to do these 6-hour study sessions. With studying that long doesn't seem too crazy when you do it all the time, which, like, if I link up with my study group, I'm like we're there for like 4 or 5 hours on accident. Like, it's not like we plan to be there 5 hours. It's just like that's how long it freaking takes us. But we make sure. That's the good thing. What I really enjoy about my study group is like our study breaks, our brain breaks are like little conversations which get off kind of like the material, and then we'll bring it back. So it's like, even though we go off on little tangents, not like completely throughout, but like it's like, okay, study break needed, brain break needed, let's just take a break. We're eating food, we're just talking, we're laughing, and then it's okay, let's move on. So like those little like planned breaks in between these hours of really helps to kind of like calm everything down and really help retain the information. Now, study habits 9 and 10, they are super redundant. If you've been taking any kind of standardized testing throughout school, then you know about this already. Study habit number 9 is to eat and drink and exercise right. Now, I'm not exercising like I should because I'm struggling with fitting that into my schedule, but I've actually recently just started going back to the gym this week, which I'm super proud of myself for. But like, as future nursing students, or future nurse babes, as I like to call myself and the people that I mess with, we know the importance of adequate fluid intake, because everything is promote fluid intake. So making sure you're getting your 3 to 4 liters of water, eating your fruit and your vegetables, sis. Going to, what I'm saying, like making sure that you're active and not sedentary, and just getting everything up and moving, and just like living a healthier lifestyle. It's going to promote healthy brain function. And we know this. You're not confused. When you're lethargic and you're tired, you're just like confused and you're not really focused. You can't really like pay attention. Well, babe, if you're drinking your water and you're eating your fruit and you're resting up, then your concentration and your focus, taking your vitamins, take your vitamins, it helps focus and retain. So that's one thing I've been keeping up on. I haven't been drinking as much water as I needed to, but I've been taking my vitamins and my omega-3s and, eating my salmon, promoting that healthy brain function, just to make sure that I am able to really retain this wealth of knowledge that I'm getting. And study habit number 10 is the same thing, that everyone says: make sure you have a good night's rest. Actually promoting healthy sleep habits, promoting adequate sleep, making sure that you're getting in bed. Now, this is very, very hard, considering about like the amount of study that I'm doing in my life and working nights and everything like that. It's difficult for me to get like a really, really good sleep pattern. But what I have been doing is that every one of these exams, before the night before, I'm not really staying up till 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning trying to cram in any last bit of information like I was. Like, I'm actually saying, okay, after 10 o'clock, I'm not going to study anything. If I'm doing anything, one of the girls in my class, she makes really good, like, Kahoot questions. I might do some of those, but I don't even really consider that. I might be sitting on the couch in front of the TV just answering questions. But, like, it's not so much that I'm like, okay, I'm in study mode. Just because I say, if I don't know it by now, I just know what I know. And I'm just going to do these questions, and it is what it is, and just kind of like unwind and like decompress and come down a little bit and not be so, oh, the test is tomorrow, I need to get more information, because sis, I've probably already been over it. I only know what I know, and I only retain what I retained, and by now, if it's not in, it's not in. But I haven't had any problems with that. So that's something that I've really just started adopting, and I love it. So night before exam, I'm not up till 3 o'clock in the morning anymore, just trying to cram in what I can. I'm actually like, you know what, let me just relax. I might drink some tea, I might watch an episode of a show I like, I might go to bed, and like, just making sure that I'm actually getting myself in like a zen kind of mode. And then like in the actual test, I get there, and then it's just like I take a moment. Some of the people, they'll see me in class, in like the computer lab when we're taking our exam. I close my eyes, I breathe, I meditate a little bit, and I just zen down. I'm over the point of stressing for an exam. Like if I just prepare like I should be preparing, then there's nothing really to worry about, and it'll take care of itself. So these are like some study habits that that Saunders book has listed. Like I said, I'll leave the book information below, and that I've kind of adopted, and that's been working for me, and how it's been working for me. So if you like this video and you want to hear some more, because like I did like really well on my psychiatric nursing exam, and I used some of the tips for mental health questions out of this book. If you want to see that video, definitely drop a link below. I'll go back over it. You know what I'm saying? If you have any questions, any comments, any tips, tricks, or trades, just please let me know, because like I could use all the help I can get. And I really appreciate you guys rocking with me. Again, if you're new, go ahead and like and subscribe, and see me on the next one. Okay? Bye guys.